daunting task of the balance beam. That and floor exercise still to come for the women. The men are on the parallel bars and will finish, as they always do, on the high bar. Both races, the men and the women's, very similar. We have runaway leaders, and we have tight battles for the prestige of second and third. Samantha Pezic is one of those. She is tied with Shayla Worley for third spot.
And I have to say that after her performance at the World Championships, huge improvement in her confidence level. Sam said when she was at the Worlds, it was just the greatest experience of her life. She said, this is why I do gymnastics, to win gold medals.
And I'll tell you, that combination that she did right off the top, the back with a fall to a back somersault, that is huge, huge gymnastics. She has looked great today, and really the level of confidence that I see in her at this competition is very different, because she was very young last year, and sometimes it looked like the nerves got to her a little bit, but not here at all.
Well, she was a bit skittish last year being a senior, but like I said, the experience of a world championship can completely change your life. She believes in herself. She wants to be part of the Olympic team.
The only thing I'm a little sad about is she was doing a great dismount, an Arabian double front like Carly Patterson did at the 04 games, but Marta said it was a little too risky, fell on it, so they went to the double pike right there. But that is a super solid set from Sam Pezic. That's a great routine, great.
And now Shayla Worley will have to answer that.
And you know, it's really important to know that every time...
That's how we do team, right?
Yeah.
Very nice control.
Thank you.
Totally.
There's Marta Caroli, and every time these girls walk out on the floor, especially in this year,
I hope so.
That's
how we do team. We trust her.
They are being evaluated. You get the seal of approval from Marta Caroli at the American Cup on live television. She knows that she can deal with the pressure. That is a big step for this young lady. Every routine they do will be evaluated, put into the formula at the end of the year, and that's how you'll get the Olympic team. It's not going to just be one competition. And so a performance like that is huge for that young lady.
I can tell you that Flavius Cozy on the parallel bars got a 14.35, so the judges hit him hard. And now here's Paul Hamm on the 5th of 6 rotations.
This is a very nice routine for Paul. Does a lot of elements under the bar like this, gives him some major bonus points. Go to the end and he'll work back into the middle. High level of difficulty on every skill he's done so far. Here's another big release right here. Those type of elements are what we were lacking from Flavius, as I said. And what Paul can do so great is put an exclamation mark on his routine like that. I tell you, he sticks that dismount more than anyone. I mean, it's like bam.
Back at the beam. Waiting for the number of is Pezic. Nastia Liukin is there. She's got the big lead, remember, like Paul Hamm does.
An interesting note, though, at this point, with 2 events left, if both Shawn Johnson and Nastia do the programs that they are supposed to, Shawn Johnson has a 5/10 of a point lead in start value over Nastia.
But where Nastia makes up for it in her routine, such as balance beam, is in that B score, the execution, because the judges shouldn't have to put their pen to paper too often for this routine.
Yeah, it is jam-packed, and it's not just hard stuff, but she also does, like Elfie said, beautiful gymnastics, and she's added a skill that is her own. I asked her how she thought of it, and she said it's kind of like a front flip, but I land in a scale, and I hope they call it the Liukin. And we'll try to point that out to you. Very, very risky when they're doing these flipping elements and landing on one leg.
Sam Pezic got a 16.1. That's a great score for her.
It's huge.
Paul Hahn got a 16.05, so he's in still great shape.
Look at right here, right off the top, 180-degree split. Here comes another big series. Perfect. She has changed her beam routine around, added things.
And it's simple skills like that, a full turn, but how she does it is done, it's just perfect.
There's another new element for Nastia, those leaps where she really sets herself apart is all of the flexibility. She has complete full range of motion. This is rock solid so
She's
far.
working this balance beam like she's on the floor.
Here we go. This is that new skill to one leg. Oh.
So easy.
She's got to hurry a little bit. You heard that bell.
Elfie, you said the key thing. This is the home of the New York Rangers, and the beauty of hockey players at that level is sometimes you forget they're doing it on skates. She can make you forget that she's doing that, what she just did, on a beam.
It was effortless, and it just absolutely beautiful. That's true balance beam. That's how it should be performed.
Yeah, I don't think there was an error at all until the landing. That was amazing.
The beamers.
The beavers.
Very good. Yeah. Hope everybody else does a good job. Okay, Shayla, normal.
And every one of these moments, a notation is made on the plus side, on the negative side, because everybody knows at some point after the Olympic trials, they're going to go into a room and come out with a list of names. A little bit of this goes into that, a little bit of that goes into it.
On parallel bars, the score for
Paul Hahn, as we mentioned, got a 16.05, so he's in great shape with one rotation to go on the high bar. And we know he can be unreal on the high bar. And here's Jonathan Horton. He's won back-to-back Tyson American Cups, but he's in 5th place after the 4th rotation. What's going on with him, Tim?
Yeah, you know, he just right off the start, his first event, an event that he does struggle on, pommel horse, but has gotten much better. He came off the horse and kind of shook him a little bit, struggled a little bit on vaulting, and it just hasn't been a good day.
The campaigning.
I think they're talking about that she was close to being overtimed. And, you know, these athletes have to jam so much into a routine that sometimes they don't have enough time.
You know, it's funny, at the beginning of this competition, Jonathan really wasn't worried about his first 4 apparatus. He said P-bars and high bar have actually been giving him a little bit of trouble over the last few weeks.
There's another one of those major release skills. He added a new one, a pike double back from a giant swing. Very, very difficult gymnastics. This guy was 4th at the last World Championships. Did a great job. There you go. It's an excellent routine from Jonathan Horton.
And he needed that one.
So much. I did my double right in last one.
Nastia Liukin gets a 16.2, so she's well on her way. And boy, that was a great. Marta did. She called them right the beamers.
Yeah.
They were on the beam, both of these two.
I got to say though, I do not know where you got 4/10 off in that routine.
No.
I mean, I saw on the dismount, but before the dismount, it was perfect.
Relaxed, calm. There wasn't a bobble.
To Shayla Worley, who was in a tie with Samantha Pezic, but then Pezic got a 16.2.
In my opinion, this is one of the most interesting balance beam routines. You can't take your eye off of this young lady because she's always twisting and turning.
Oh, that's too bad. That's very difficult. That's an Arabian salto. She'll lose that element. And that's a new one for Shayla also. That same one-legged landing, very, very difficult. They're hoping that that'll be called the whirly as well. As this move right here is a whirl. Nope, excuse me. She'll do it a little bit later in her exercise.
It's this skill right here.
2-foot landing on that Anodi type skill.
You know, she takes a lot of risk throughout this balance beam routine. I mentioned changing of direction, losing sight of the beam. What I like about her is she's not afraid to do it. This is what Shayla says sets her apart sometimes from many other competitors. Her style, her personality.
Beautiful, beautiful dismount.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
So there won't be a tie. Now, how does Shawn Johnson keep up with the Beamers? Something weird may happen today. Shawn Johnson may come to an event, compete, and not win. We'll see what her response is to the 16 pluses that have been put up on the beam already. This is the 2008 Tyson American Cup.